foolishness and ignorance, friend I kill friend. I just righteousness me recommend.
Yes, man. None of them is tough like Ja. Yes, man. Come to join. Welcome in Reggae Ration Show. Make sure you join us across all platforms: Instagram, Facebook, Twitter at Reggae Ration. Our guest artist is live and direct. Greetings, Ja Defender.
Greetings, my God. The Father, Lord.
Yes, man. I'm glad you could.
It's a pleasure to hear. Big up Reggae Ration and the whole family, my Lord.
Yeah, man. I'm glad you could join us this good-looking afternoon. I know it's morning there. We've woken you really early, but I really appreciate. You know, we have arranged this interview from I think December, but this is the right time. You know.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. So let's start it. We've played a couple of your songs. We've played "Don't Wanna Lose You," which was your debut track way back from 2006. We've played "Like Ja," "Tough Like Ja," and "Can't Stop We Now," which is it's a dancehall vibe. So first of all, for those maybe who don't know you, who haven't heard your music or who don't know who Ja Defender is, maybe you could start by telling us a little bit about your musical background and how you got to be involved with reggae music.
Yes, sir. But first of all, I have to greet you in the mighty name of His Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie I, the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords, the conquering Lion of the tribe of Judah, elect of God and light of this world, His own divine majesty, Ja. Rastafari. Man. Well, Ja Defender, I grew up with a single mother in the island of Trinidad and Tobago, which is the most southern island in the Caribbean. So we're quiet down in the pit, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And hearing my mother sing a lot of music, my mother always used to sing music, you know, the Whitney Houstons, those ancient old songs, the Al Green, some Bob Marley, some Gregory Isaac, Dennis Brown. Mm-hmm. So music was always a part of me growing up as a youth man, you know?
Yeah.
So it wasn't a surprise when I went to secondary school and we were beating the drums and everybody was chanting and singing the songs of the day. When I was a teenager, brethren, in Trinidad, the superstars of the day were Rastafarian artists.
Mm-hmm.
That's when Sizzla, Capleton, Anthony B, Luciano, all these men, them were the #1 songs on the radio station.
Yeah.
So that was a great influence as a young man growing up, as a youth growing up.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I could see now, I'm not surprised now that I embrace Rastafari and start to sing reggae music through inspiration and loving the music and growing up hearing conscious music, you know. So that's one of the ways that Ja Defender started. You know what I mean? My first release was in 2006. Mm-hmm. The first song you played, "I Don't Wanna Lose You."
Yeah.
So that's where it all began in 2006.
Mm-hmm. You're talking about that "I Don't Wanna Lose You," which you got to involve yourself, and right now it's like almost going to 20 years. How will you describe the reggae scene in Trinidad and how it has changed over the last 10 years?
Well, you can say like 2005
mm-hmm.
is when artists from Trinidad started to get airplay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
But then 4 or 5 years afterwards, it's finished. It's not really a reggae island.
Yeah.
When you look at the history of Trinidad and Tobago,
mm-hmm.
but it's a historical thing. You know what I mean? The people that were brought here in the days of the slavery by the wicked slave master them.
Mm-hmm.
It's a more kind of, a lot of the people that were in Trinidad were not really as rebellious as other countries.
Mm-hmm.
Because in Trinidad you have something called carnival. Right now there's carnival taking place, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the history of carnival in Trinidad
mm-hmm.
is that they were painting their faces in white powder to mock the slave master, and they were beating the drums and these things, right? Which mm-hmm. I was not there in those horrible times, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But in other islands, it was more than just mocking the slave master. They were actually trying to go get the slave master.
Yeah.
And free some of their brothers and sisters.
Yeah.
In Trinidad, we didn't really have that type of militant resistance to really go hunt down some slave masters and really fight them and sacrifice our life.
Yeah.
No, I'm not saying that any other island is better or stronger, you know. I'm not saying that. But hence how you get the soca music, the carnival music, which is a party music.
Yeah.
Jump, 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 you know, so the powers that be in Trinidad don't really promote conscious music too much.
All right.
Because it's liberation music. They don't want the people them to get too brave, and you know songs of positivity and songs of resistance. They have power to actually make the people them think and start to resist against these wicked leaders, you know. So that's why they cramp down the reggae music in Trinidad.
All right.
It's a lot of American style, American hip hop, American R&B.
All right.
And the reggae that they play in Trinidad, they play reggae from Jamaica, you know, but they don't play hardcore reggae. They play the reggae of the day.
Yeah.
You understand? I'm not trying to disrespect any artist, but they don't really play the resistance music, the Chandong Babylon music. We want freedom. No, Trinidad is not. We haven't developed that kind of mentality in Trinidad as yet. Hopefully, where we can stand up against the oppression of the politicians and the government and the slave master.
All right.
Yes, sir.
All right. Now, talking about that and just how you have grown in the industry over the years, you've released a lot of songs. What would you say really inspires you when you're writing or when you're recording a song?
My people, most of my songs, some of my songs, when you listen to most of my songs, it's like a therapy. So I'm always trying to tell someone, hold the faith.
All right.
You know, keep your head up, don't give up. So that's why. That's what I really want out of the music, because I think for the people, brethren. I want the people struggle every day, brethren. People struggle every day, my Lord. People struggle every day, my Lord. While a lot of people having a fun time, I'm not vexed. Anyone can have fun, but we cannot forget the people that are suffering. Who is going to be a voice for the people who are suffering?
Yeah.
Every day people die. Every day people hungry. Every day people got no water. Every day people need a house. Every day people losing a family member.
Yeah.
I don't have no time to party, and it's message. We have to help our brothers and sisters. And as an artist, my way of helping is speaking for them, brethren.
Yeah. Yeah. And you talk about, in one of your quotes, you talk about music being an avenue for you or for artists to express themselves. Talk to me about that.
Well, music is music, but the individual is the individual. If the individual is not firmly grounded within himself, he will express whatever he knows and whatever he think is the right thing, you know. So the state of the world that we're living in, as I say, brethren, is not really good, you know. We're living in revelation time.
Yeah.
Plus, I am a Rasta man, you know? So Rasta man always trying to chant for freedom, always trying to uplift the people, always trying to chant down Babylon, because Babylon is not done as yet.
Yeah.
Babylon is still working, you know.
Yeah. Now, talking about your exposure, you've been on stage with one of some of the biggest artists in the scene, Steel Pulse, just to mention a few, and also you've done collaboration with lots of big artists. What are some of your special moments that you just remember them every time in your musical career?
One of my special moments was the first time I left to do a show from Trinidad to go to Martinique. It was a Bob Marley Earth Day celebration.
Yeah.
That was a really memorable, and from there it took me to France. New Morning, there's a place called New Morning in Paris where the legendary Nina Simone sang, Prince sang, even the artist formerly known as Prince. Long ago they sang there, so that was one of my memorable moments.
Yeah.
And the collaborations that I have done, unfortunately it wasn't done in the same time with the artist. Two of us was not in the studio at the same time. It was done over the internet.
Yeah.
You know? And one more thing, one of the greatest greatest songs is a song called Mama.
Yeah.
That I sing for my mother, you know. So because Mama is not 100% well and she go through a little struggle, I take care of her. So
okay.
That's something that really, really touches me, you know.
Yeah. All right. Before we go into the new EP which you released last year, a couple of albums you've released. You released Rastaman, Rise Things in
Right.
Time, which you released in 2016. Now, talk to me about your musical style, because from tracks like Can't Stop Me Now, it's a dancehall vibe, and Don't Wanna Lose You, it's a rootical vibe. Now, people can see different sounds. How will you describe your musical style?
Well, I try to be as versatile as possible, because you hear a rhythm, and if the rhythm hits you and you like the rhythm, and yes, you just work with it. It's according, if the rhythm hits you, you touch it. And sometimes you like the little dancehall vibes, but it always must be fire or positivity.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But reggae roots reggae is I foundation, but sometimes we like the other different vibes, other music, like the Things of Time album. There's a kind of trap on it.
Yeah.
But I sing Things in Time can be so fine.
Yeah.
So it's always about positivity, So no matter the rhythm, we keep it positive, because I won't lie, there's every single rhythm you hear me on is because I like the rhythm.
Right.
Yeah, man.
Right. Now, early last year, January, you released your EP, Ja Movements, and there's a really, I think there's a correlation between your name and this EP. Was it the inspiration behind this, or what was the inspiration behind this EP?
Well, it was big up Lion Twin, Lion Twin and myself did that. Lion Twin is a producer from Trinidad. But what's going on is that after traveling and going to Europe 3 times, I said, you know what, when I come back to Trinidad, I want to do something with Trinidad producer.
Yeah.
So that's how this all came about, and he doesn't live too far from me. So I used to go check him, and we say, let's do an EP, man, And we start to work on it, and Ja Defender, Ja Movement, it's like one, because the theme song on the EP also is called Ja Movements.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where we speak about, we are the ancient ones from Iration.
Yeah.
In this reputation, Rasta keep I and I strong.
Yeah.
So that EP is really it's really a special EP, because it's the only local quote unquote Trinidad project I have 100%. With me being from Trinidad and the producer them from Trinidad. So big up Jacob from Lion Twin, because Asphalt well, but big up Jacob because he was filling the rhythms, There was a good chemistry between us,
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah. How has the response been so far regarding jazz to where it's mostly being listened? How is the response for this EP?
Well, the response is I still give thanks, for anyone we enjoy and appreciate what me and producers put out there, and they can feel it. Where they can feel it, So the response has been good, man. The response has been good. People love the song Words from the Wives. We're getting a good response from the song Words from the Wives, which is on the EP. And we're getting a good response from, there's a slight kind of a Trinidadian / Afrobeat kind of vibes on that EP as well, which is Give Me Your Love, I Need It Forever. And we're getting a nice response from that one as well too.
Yeah.
Give that.
Talking about this EP, also you became part of this ASAP rhythm. I think my DJ has sampled this rhythm a couple of times here, and I think the DJ should just touch on the rhythm, then we come and converse about it.
Yes, I.
Selector, give me something.
Don't shout it. No, it's a defender burn the wicked in a hurry. Hey, can't stop my flow. Can't stop we all know. But still I see I bless I soul.
And living my life, Ja Rastafari featuring Alpha Stepper. So if you're joining us right now, we are live in with Ja Defender right here live from Trinidad and Tobago. Ja Defender. Now let's talk about first. Let's talk about the ASAP rhythm. Yeah. So we've just played 2 songs. We've played ASAP rhythm, which is a production from a European producer. Atakuwa anatuambia just what was involved behind this creation. And apart from that, also tumeguza Life for Ja, which is a news track. courtesy of Ja Defender and Alpha Stepper. This is a new vibe. So this is the artists that are going to join in a few. But apart from that, also tutakuwa naongelea about the topic. Also remember, we are talking, the conversation is about talent. Is it something that someone anakuwa born nayo? It's something inborn, or is something that mtu ana gain over years with hard work and dedication? Selector, we're talking about, tulikuwa naongea na msanii about just music yake before atakuwa to join in a few atakuwa to join, atuambia about this collab walifanya na Alpha Stepper, na bado watuambia about this new rhythm. Now Sweet K, tukiongelea about talanta, what's your thought on talent? Unajua kuna kitu mse ameanza kudua akiwa mdogo, unajua
kabisa,
then because mtu akizaliwa akwangia tena jua something from the ground, yani anakugati ako inborn nayo kwangia tini kitu. Kunaweza mwa kuanza kulearn kuimba kwa mdogo, kuna wale wanaanza kucheza football wakiwa wadogo, then over the years inaanza kugrow, unaanza yani ni ile experience umekuwa nayo, uko nayo from childhood. From you unaweza sema kitu kama DJ, unadhani DJ kwako ni talanta ama ni something umekuwa ukilearn within the years?
Hapa nikisema talanta ndanganya. This is something mimi nilikam nikalearn later, but mimi kitu ilikuwa inbuilt sana kwangu since nikikuwa mdogo, ilikuwa ni ku make music. I've been making music for the longest time, lakini later ndo nika shift nikaingia DJing, but still music is in me. Sasa mi wana believe kama music is in me na nafanya DJing still, but though kitu napendea DJing ni kwa sababu iko in line of iko kwa hiyo musical gene ya kutengeneza music, the creative side of it. So mina believe talent ni kitu msee anakuwa nayo, it's like inborn, lakini shida inakuwa moja, kuidiscover mtu wangu. Watu wengi wawaga wajai discover talent zao, though wako nazo. Unaona msee ana grow up, kuna kitu inamsumbuaga tu, kuna kitu mimi utaka kufanya lakini sijafanya. Hiyo ni talent yake. Yeye ujiongelesha peke yake tu, kuna kitu mimi upenda kufanya but sijafanya, kwa sababu hajatafuta time ya kuipractice, make perfect. Kabisa. But
I think Sweet Kim, msakizaliwa anakuwa ni clean slate, yani wewe ni kitu nani, ni kitu umekam new, there's nothing you know, there is nothing new, and I think ni very unfair kusema that utakuwa umekuwa born to sing, umekuwa born to
sasa uko hivi,
umekuwa born to lead.
Sasa uko hivi, unajua ukizaliwa unakuwa na ile chances ya kucrawl, kujifundisha kutembea, unapelekwa shule, unagusa ile, unapelekwa unacheza football, unaenda PE, unacheza rugby, then kuna mmoja utafika hivi ustika hapo. Hiyo inaitwa discovery, mtu wangu.
From that point nimeelewa, but ile point ya kusema ati ni kauli, unajua kuna pia kuchop, kuna wale wasome dedicate, watakula mbuku. So watakula mbuku na wataendelea kudo that.
Unajua kwa nini nakwambia hivyo Shem? Kuna wasanii wengi sana huku nje, but kuna wasanii fulani ukiwasikiza unapata wako so unique, unapata wako so melodious, wako ngoma zao ziko so touchy, but kuna wengine manze unasikiliza tu kwa sababu unafaa kusikiliza. Jiulize hiyo swali.
So Ja Defender, I think you can hear me now. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, man, I hear you clearly. It was a little connection problem, but we're here again, man. Everything is good.
All right. Now, before we played the ASAP rhythm and we played the new track, but before we talk about these two tracks, I was just having a conversation with my DJ here. On a conversation, we were talking about talent, and I was asking my DJ, is talent something that someone is inborn with, or it's something that one discovers over time through hard work and dedication? What are your thoughts on this?
I think it's different types of talent. If you're on music, is something, singing and music, you have people who go learn to sing it or try to learn to sing it. They pay to learn music, and then there are other people who have it naturally, So I think it's more times it's an inborn thing. You have to born with a certain type of talent, because a lot of people can sing, but not a lot of people can really move people. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then now, talent can be defined in different ways. Someone can be a talented plumber. Someone can be a talented carpenter. They can learn that. That's something you can learn along the way. But I think with time, all talent with time, there's always room for improvement. So talent on the whole is something that even if you're inborn with it or if you learn it along the way, you still have to continually better and strive for betterment at it, no matter what, you know?
Yeah. That's nice. Now talking about the rhythm, ASAP rhythm. So first, tell us how how you became part of this rhythm, because so many artists were featured in this rhythm. How did you become part of it?
Big up to Iriites, you know, big up to Manu and Jerome, you know, from the Iriites production. They are the producer for the rhythm, you know. Manu, I reached out to a brethren, you know, Manu, who is part of the Iriites team, and he said, you know what, I defend that, we're sending two rhythm.
Yeah.
And the ASAP rhythm was one of the rhythms. So when I voiced it, they liked the song, and it was released, it was done, you know. So big up to Iriites for, you know, reaching out and for allowing I to touch upon the rhythm alongside some other big artists, you know. So give thanks, King. That's how that was created.
Yeah, and for your track, Redder Than Red, why did you choose that? Why did you choose that, and how the creative process behind that, Redder Than Red?
We all can see the times that we're living in.
Yeah.
Within Rasta prophecies unfolding, yeah. Everything a damn cover up and bad dealing with them COVID. Babylon keep hurting the people. Oh, Jah, we need your healing. Organize and centralize, come make we live as one. These are the things that we need to do as black people. So that's why, and the rhythm have that kind of revolution vibe behind it.
Yeah.
And naturally, Jah Defender is coming to put lyrics and songs like that. I'm always going to sing songs like that because we need to rise as a people. We need to rise, brethren, because it's been too long. So that's why I sing songs like that. That was the inspiration. Most of the times people say, Jah Defender, you know, you have to lighten up a little bit and to sing some nice little love songs. And yes, I'm going to sing some 1-2 nice Empress song, 1-2, but the mission, it stays the mission. My name Jah Defender. We can't defend foolishness. I have to defend the mission, which is speaking up for my people and burning down Babylon, my Lord, and trying to. And when I say burning down Babylon, I don't mean it ignorantly. I mean chanting down against the wickedness.
Right.
Chant death and mourning to black and white oppressors. So when I say burn Babylon, I don't mean go burn down people's house and go pelt people. No, I mean burn out the evil, burn out the wickedness. All these people who have millions and billions of dollars spending it on space exploration, they could have already solved all of world hunger and starvation. All these people building these big skyscrapers, they could have used that money and fix a village or a community so that the children don't suffer, brethren. So that's why Jah Defender say I go redder than red when judgment come for these people.
Seen. Now, talking about COVID, how have you adopted to the pandemic so far in terms of you connecting with your fans and just you keeping yourself sustainable? Because we understand during the 2 years of COVID.
Well, first of all, we give thanks to life, health, and strength. You know, a lot of people have passed. And Babylon know what they're doing, you know.
Yeah.
But I would give thanks to the Most High Jah that, you know, the way how Jah placed things for I and I, it wasn't really like a pressure, you know. Because artists as well have to understand publishing and understand royalties and these little things.
Yeah.
As well. You know, and with the technology, it's basically you have to just keep pushing your work. Live show is going to come eventually, but you have to keep pushing yourself as an artist. COVID or no COVID, you have technology. If it wasn't for technology, we wouldn't be able to do this interview right now. So artists themselves, if they're seeing that things are getting rocky, but then you have to say, okay, I have to use my God-given brain and senses and try to work around the situation so that I can remain relevant and remain consistent. So it's basically artists must just keep consistent. Don't stress. Try to promote your thing on online. Try to release it so people can purchase the track. You know what I mean? Because with publishing, once the song is played online, publishing is going to get your royalties. It's not going to be $1 million unless you're a big superstar.
Right.
But artists still have to put those things in place. It's not just about singing on a stage and singing just with they have to also meditate on the long-term aspect. Publishing is like an artist pension, my lad. So artists need to organize and sit down and think about these things. So because you never know never know what Babylon can bring again, my lord. It's unpredictable what these people can do. So the artists, I hope the artists them have learned. And other people beside artists, just human being, I hope they have learned that you cannot trust the system, you cannot trust these people. They're going to turn your world, try to turn your life upside down just to have them agenda going. So we as a people need to unify, because the more we are divided, the more they unleash things on the planet and on the innocent people. It's going to be harder because we are divided.
Scene. Now, talk to me about Life for Jah. It's a new day. It's a new track. You released it 3 weeks ago. Talk to me about this track, the message behind it, and the creative process, just to make it a success.
Well, big up to Rhea Production. Big up to Alpha Stepper. Alpha is a producer, and Rhea Media made the video.
Yeah.
So big up to the first.
Mm-hmm.
It's a dub kind of style,
mm-hmm.
and Alpha Stepper is a dub stepping man. He have a lot of dub rhythms, and I like these kind of electronic dub vibes
mm-hmm.
because of the bass line and the heavy kick.
Yeah.
And as I said before, once a rhythm hit me and I like it, I'm going to create something for it.
Mm-hmm.
And because of the way how the rhythm is built, you have to put some fire in the rhythm so the verse will go nice. So come and rally round your throne, that's so golden. Created the land and the sky and the deep, beautiful ocean. So many words have already been spoken. Still Rasta solid, ever strong, and we're not broken. Only for loving of the heart and the can't only because fire make Babylon drop down. You understand? So the fire have to come in with the beat, so that the inspiration behind that one, brethren, is just message and fire, living our life for the Almighty God. That's what we're supposed to be doing. We're supposed to be living for the Almighty Jah, whether you're a Muslim, whether you're a Christian, whether you're a Rasta man, but no matter what you are, because people's faith is personal. Nobody can judge that. You understand me?
Yeah.
What I can say is that we have to live for our one God, live for the Almighty. So that's what that song is about. And to also let them know that Rasta, you have a lot of things going on in the world.
Mm-hmm.
And because of social media, they are highlighting a lot of negatives and confused conceptions about Rastafari.
Mm-hmm.
So in this song, I want to let them know Rasta ever solid, ever strong, and we're not broken. No matter what them say, what them do, what people can do, Rasta stand firm. These things are expected. But Rasta man and Rasta Empress and the children them and the elders them, the real ones them,
mm-hmm.
we stand firm. We stand firm, living our life for Jah.
Right. Now, give me your thoughts on Grammy Awards 2023. We saw Kabaka Pyramid won the album Calling, which was produced by Ghetto Youth International. That's Damian Marley.
Yes.
I think last year it was the band from United States.
Soja.
Yeah, and Soja, and the Caribbean people are not taking it much easy with this. So, give me your thoughts on this 2023 awards.
Rasta, the Grammy thing, are really a white world thing in my life.
Yeah.
A white supremacist control that, my life.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not angry with anyone for getting an award,
mm-hmm.
but to me that is insignificant, I would have preferred if there was an African Grammy. I would have felt really nice to get an award there,
Yeah.
That's my thoughts there. These people and them don't really give a damn about poor people, my lord. They don't really give a damn about black people. Them don't like no black people.
Mm-hmm.
Them don't like Latinos. They don't like Asians. Them love themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what it's all about. You have to be in a circle to enter that circle.
Mm-hmm.
And this is not to pinpoint any artist, because respect, I have no time to fight no one and controversy.
Mm-hmm.
But Grammy, my lord, a white supremacist thing, that, my lord. That's my view on that,
All right.
But I think people win Grammys according to the sales of the album, numbers.
Mm-hmm.
So what I would say, congrats to Kabaka still, because the reality is that his album sold copies, so it made an impact. So the work that he put out on the business level, it did create an impact in which he got the Grammy. Some people would say other things, but it's not really my place to go there. But you know, it's a circle, brethren. It's a circle. You feel them are gonna give Capleton and Sizzla a Grammy? They're burning so much fire on Babylon. Them album could sell 1 million copies. They'll never get a Grammy, my lord.
Seen.
So it's not really. It's a Babylon thing to me. I mean, someone would say, so Jah Defender, if you do an album and you get a Grammy, my lord, I may not go higher.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, because at the end, there's a woman named Sinead O'Connor who sing "Nothing Compares to You." She got a Grammy and never go for it. And when she collected some award, she spoke the speech of Haile Selassie that Bob Marley sang in his song War. Not until the call of she spoke about, and she ripped the picture of the Pope. And look at Sinead O'Connor now. They messed up her mind. So that's what Grammy is about. Shut up and don't speak about no righteousness here. You see, righteousness and all that set of burning down white supremacy stuff, we don't want that in the Grammys. You have to be a good behaved guy in the Grammys and good behaved lady. That's what Grammys is about. Rastaman is not about that. Rastaman is about free and people chanting down the truth. Not ignorance, but chanting the truth and speaking the truth. When you reach on those big platforms, you have to speak the truth.
Right.
So you understand?
Right.
Well, yeah, mama. That's my input on Grammys. Maybe the Kenyan and the African man, them can organize an African Grammy, my lord.
Seen. All right. Jah Defender, as we're trying to wind it up now, where do you see is the future of reggae music, and what role do you see you're playing to shape it?
Well, reggae music ever lived, brethren. Look, if it wasn't for reggae music living, I wouldn't be here on this interview. Reggae Irish and reggae music, you know, my lord. Big up reggae Irish and straight.
Seen?
So, yeah, man, reggae is not going anywhere, man. There's going to have the commercial reggae, who are like almost like the Western kind of mentality, where they accept any and anyone into the circle. That is the destruction of our future generation. To confuse the minds and make them think that it's okay to do this, it's okay to be like that, it's okay to be like that. No. It's not. No, God's way is God's way, and the devil's way is the devil's way. We choose God's way.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so reggae is not going anywhere. What we have to do is just continue doing it. Continue doing what you're doing, brethren. Keep pushing that positive vibrations. Keep it alive. The music could never die.
Seen?
You understand me? There are people who can say that because they have their agenda. They don't want the hardcore reggae. They want the soft reggae that doesn't hurt their feelings. That's the problem. The black man who speaks certain song and says certain things, he should not have to think about if he's hurting his oppressor's feelings when he speaks. That's the people who are talking about reggae dying and this stuff and calling Queen Africa and Sizzla and Capleton old artists and old-time artists. They are the ones who want to corrupt the children. They want to bring in abominable people into the business, and everyone can be Irish. No, we're not into that. And concerning Jah Defender, well, I'm working on an EP right now with a brethren named Paco Akete out of France. I have one more song to record for that. I'm also working on another EP, a really roots Congo EP with a brethren from Trinidad as well named Imanic D-Rebel Productions. So I have 2 EPs I'm working on, and I'm also working on some singles. I have a collaboration with Ginger that I want to release within the few months. I have maybe 2 videos to release, so look out for the 2 albums coming out before the end of the year. And next year, God's willing, we want to do some traveling and go forward to Europe and maybe touch Africa and so the thing go. You know what I mean? So that's with the blessing of the Almighty, of course. That's what I would like to flow out for the rest of the year. So people can go and support Jah Defender You can pull out a little credit card, you can go iTunes, you can purchase a song. If you can't purchase it, you can stream it and play it 2-3 times. All artists, not just Jah Defender. From it's a good song, support the artist then, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Stream it. If you can purchase it, no problem. If you cannot, it's okay. Stream it, YouTube it, so the artist can get a little song still, you know? Yeah, man.
Right. Any last words to the listeners, your fans, and the viewers?
Well, the world is crazy, you know, and no, the world is not crazy. Mother Earth is perfect.
Yeah.
The people in the world, there's a plan, and we have to remember what happened 400 years ago. That's why we are where we are at, because the Jews, every year they commemorate their little 2-3 years of oppression, quote unquote. 450 years, brother. And if we try to speak about it, it's a problem.
Sin?
You're free now. You can do this now. Oh, Obama was the president. Oh, the black man is rich. Like we're fools. We're not foolish. We're tired of being taken for fools. You know what I mean? So continue. You see, brethren like yourself and the DJ, the item have to continue shining that light to your African brothers and sisters. You understand, brethren?
Yeah.
Because it's a light that you're shining to your brothers and sisters. You understand me?
Sin?
So continue. So this is what I would like to say to my people. Continue shining your light. Right over wrong, good over evil. You know what I mean? Life over death. Some say money over war. But Babylon money and Babylon war come like almost the same thing. You understand me?
Yeah.
So, you know, because they kill people kill each other for money, you know? So
yeah.
So many things to say, brother, but I know we have to wrap it up. God's love, seek the truth, give thanks to life, health, and strength every day. You may have it hard, but trust me, somebody no got no water. Somebody needs some love. Somebody living under a bridge right now because they're an immigrant.
Sin?
You understand? So let's pray for these people when we go say our little prayer.
Sin?
Let's keep them in our thoughts, you know, and send a good energy towards them, so some food can come to them doorstep or to them, you know, in them hands, you know. May the Almighty God bless and guide and protect us most high.
Rastafari.
Yeah, man, give thanks, my lad.
Before I let you go, first, I want to appreciate you for reaching out to Iration Show, and we are glad to host you. We really appreciate your time. And you've talked about your EPs which are coming. Just make sure any release we have it right here, because my DJ, you have any question to Jah Defender first? You have no question, but any music that you are releasing, just make sure you send it in, and the DJ will be playing it live and direct.
You have one DJ. You have one DJ. Send me some information. Me give you some dub plate and some jingles. All right. Definitely, I will.
All right. Jah Defender. This is a question we ask all our guests. Any fun fact? Yes. Any fun fact people don't know about Jah Defender?
Yo, Jah Defender smoke. Holy ganja, you know.
See.
Yo, I'm a walking ganja plant, you know, me I tell you.
Sin Rasta, sin.
And Jah Defender is a good chef. Love to cook item. Me a good chef, man.
I really appreciate Rasta. Really appreciate.
I want to bless up my family and my little son, Rastafari. Bless up to my Empress and bless up to my son Isaiah. Bless up to my mother, the whole of Trinidad and Tobago. And if I left out anybody, I'm sorry. You know, big up to the whole of Africa, because we in the Carribean, Rasta man, we love Africa and we want to come home. Give thanks to Reggae Iration. Big up yourself, DJ. Make sure send me the information so me link up the dub plate. I have a microphone and thing home, so I can do it ASAP, just like the rhythm. So that's it.
Rastafari. Aye. Selector, run it, man.